Hello, hello. Can everybody hear us? Can everybody see us? There we go. Hi, welcome back to another Top Drives live stream. Today, we're taking a look at the 19.0 update. I'm Caleb, I'm the community coordinator here at Hutch on Top Drives, and I'm joined today by...
Will Beaumont. I can't. What am I? What am I?
A car expert.
Yeah, one of the car experts. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never remember what I never decided. I think entirely what my title was. Yeah. One of the car experts.
Car manager, car expert.
Car manager sounds far too serious for me.
That's
I'm not
Ben
entirely
is.
sure that anyone's going to
serious.
call me a manager. That sounds too much responsibility for that.
And I guess I'm the final person here.
You are the final person here.
I'm Ben, and I'm car manager on Top Drives.
Yes.
So I manage many cars.
You do. You love managing a car or two. It's one of your favourite things to do.
Car of 3,000 even.
Yeah. About that actually, now more than that in fact.
More than that,
And about to be even more, I
Even
suppose,
more.
after the release of 19.0, this update. Hello everybody, there's a lot of people in here today, wow. Loud and clear, everyone can hear us, great. Good. French cars. Not quite what's happening today, as I think we will soon find out.
No.
But yeah, so as always, I've prepared us a little presentation that's going to walk through, what's coming in the update. Yes, there are going to be new cars, and we will be showing off some new cars that I don't think you will have seen on social media at all. I know our social media's had a couple of things pop out, but I think everything here is going to be brand new for the stream, which is pretty exciting. But it's not just new cars as well. There's a couple new features in this update too, so we'll walk you through those, see what's going on there. And yeah, so shall we get into it? I guess we should get into it.
Absolutely, let's get into it. Yeah.
All right, here we go. So actually, the first thing we've got to show off is a teaser trailer. So I think people have kind of worked out what this update is themed around yet. But before we outright reveal it, let's check out this teaser trailer. And we will see. All right. So we want a teaser. Here we go. Oh, that's for later. Okay. Hope everyone can hear that. Okay. It's on the chat end. There we go, Pacific Coast Highway. So, I think we can reveal this is an American-themed update. So we're looking at some American manufacturers and some American cars this time around. Lots. Do we want to reveal a total number?
No.
All right.
We don't remember the total number.
It'll be revealed soon.
Soon, classic.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not going to reveal the total number, but we are going to show you some of the cars that are coming in this update very shortly.
Just to add, the total number of cars is in the release notes that will be released later.
We aren't releasing release notes today.
Yep.
I will say outright. They will come with the update, but they will be. Yes, the total number will be there. Cool. Yeah, actually, okay, I've just realised in my presentation we're not jumping straight into new cars yet.
Oh.
I've got a couple of features. I thought we'd ramp up to the really exciting stuff.
Yep.
So I do actually want to talk through a couple of these because there are some interesting things that are coming here. So one of the first things we've got, and it's actually quite a heavily requested thing, is new filters. So this is sort of while you're searching for cars in the game. We've done a little bit of a rework of how this is going to work, and it's a bit more granular in the way that you can search for cars. So we've got a little breakdown of it here. So the tire and drive type filter is now renamed to car attributes and now contains the following filters: tire type, drive type, ground clearance, engine position, which is new, I think, front, mid rear, rear and mixed, so you can be able to sort your cars by that. Drive assistance as well, no TCS and ABS, ABS only, TCS only, or both TCS and ABS. Weight, also new, so you've got a slider for the weight, I think, so you can say between different amounts of weight, in the same way that you can do sort of a slider for RQ. I think you can sort your cars that way as well. And that only factors in the non-upgraded weight, so obviously if you've spec'd your car differently, it's not going to be reflected there, but there you go. That's still pretty cool. Yeah, and we've removed the RQ Rarity tab and added the RQ slider to the Rarity tab, so that's kind of just combined into one now, make it a little bit simpler. And we've added a number of fuses filter slider to the status section of the filter, so you can, see how many fuses you put on a car there easily. And that applies only in my cars, so so basically that only works in my cars at the moment. But yeah, there you go. So I think people seem pretty happy about that. I know people have been asking for new filters for quite a while, so hopefully that will be a nice way to sort through your garage and take a look.
I think it's going to look really cool, and it should simplify things, hopefully.
Yeah.
For players. And I suggested some of these because Aidan came to me about what to do with this. And
yeah.
I was like, well, why don't we just kind of simplify a bit, put things under certain criteria, and most of it seems to have made it in there.
Yeah, I think so.
I think driver assistance is quite clear in terms of what it is.
Yeah.
And the weight as well in terms of search. You can order your cars or search for your cars by certain weight limits.
Cool.
I think it'll look really cool.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, that should be good. Seems like people are excited about that. That's cool. Finally, engine position. Yeah, I think people have been asking for that for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, there we go. What have we got next on my presentation? Every time I do one of these, I always forget what the next slide is. So I'm as excited as everybody else.
Didn't you write these slides?
I did write these slides, but still. All right. Okay. All right.
New cars.
New cars. Who wants to see some new cars? All right. Before we jump into this, I want to ask. So, what do people want to see? What are you hoping for in this update? I've seen somebody say Jeep, which is interesting.
Cars with wheels.
Cars with wheels. That tends to
There
be.
might be a few of those.
Yeah, there's a couple of those in
Just
there.
one or two.
Jeep, Tesla, and GM. Okay.
Okay.
Someone said I don't want Tesla.
Oh.
Fair enough.
Someone just said Hummer there.
I think so. No more Dodgers.
Call that Bronco.
So.
Ford Explorer.
Hmm?
I assume you mean the new electric one, or do you mean the original one?
No.
Both are probably the original's probably good.
Lincoln and Mercury.
Oh. Comfort
We'll
and
see.
sport, depending on the brand.
1972 Ford Pinto specifically.
Oh, just that car.
Just that car.
Didn't
I
they
mean,
explode?
all of them explode.
Yeah, I think Pinto used to explode if you crashed into it or somebody crashed into you.
All right.
No more Fords, apparently.
No more Fords. Okay, well, we'll see.
Not
Someone
only
say-
Dodges.
Someone said
but some
Saab
Dodges.
there.
So
Yeah,
I've
someone
seen
said Saab.
Saab a couple of times. I'm not sure how American
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah, I was going to say. I wasn't 100% sure. I didn't want to say
That
it.
might be. You might be
Saab-
disappointed.
Saab made some like Subaru-based cars, didn't they?
Yeah.
Which were US-only models. They made a version of the Impreza estate, I believe.
Hmm. Yeah.
Not
All right.
not that American though.
Yeah, not particularly American.
Couple of votes for GMC from the same person.
Really loves
So,
GMC.
yeah.
I
Just
mean,
love your
GMC.
GMC.
Got it going for them.
Cool. All right. Shall we jump into a few?
yeah.
Okay. So we've got another pack opening video for you. We know how much you love them. Here it comes. All right. So, just gotta. Right, there we go. Can everybody see? Is that working for everybody? All right, we're gonna go for it.
Let's go for it.
Car number 1, coming up. Here we go. It's a Ford Thunderbird.
It is a Ford Thunderbird, so
Just gonna check this looks okay. Yep, we're all good. Cool.
probably, I mean, it's a vast lanyard, isn't it? It's from that era.
Yeah.
So 16RQ, built for luxury rather than speed. So the 4th generation Thunderbird might not be the fastest car in top drives, but it is one of the coolest.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you pulled up outside anywhere in that, I think it'd be
They're
quite
iconic, the Thunderbirds, aren't they? And they
Yeah.
just, it absolutely typify sort of what was about that kind of jet age kind of, well, I think after the jet age kind of stuff, but that 60s American car stuff, it's just the coolest. All that chrome, look at it.
Mm.
It's absolutely vast when it comes to length. I think it's like well over 5 and a bit metres long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how you park it.
Yeah. Definitely wouldn't get it parked in a Tesco's car park over here for sure.
No. But very, very cool.
Yeah. That's a great photo as well for an older car too. I quite like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Photographs quite well actually. for an old car.
Definitely.
Oh, I mean, I think they're gorgeous. I mean, it's about, yeah, like I say, it's probably one of the most stylish cars in the game, if not of all time. Actually, sort of like that generation Thunderbird. I think it's so slick, so cool.
Yeah. All right. Shall we see what's next?
Yep.
Let's see what's next. So that was our common car. I believe we've got another common coming up next. It's a Plymouth Barracuda Formula S. So one of the original muscle cars, the V8 Barracuda with the Formula S package, was a formidable street racer in the mid-60s. Yeah, pretty cool. Another nice common to add there.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, like I say, a proper sort of original muscle car as well. Sort of set the tone for what what we think about as muscle cars. May not be sort of as wild as some of the ones that came later, but this is sort of setting the template for what really became kind of proper fast American muscle cars. Yeah.
I mean, that's a very cool name. I mean, muscle cars, in Barracuda, it kind of suggests that it's gonna be a bit of a brute. It's going to spin around on corners if you give it a bit too much gas. And it's got the Formula S.
Formula S
it just suggests that it's.
I think there's some of the possibly we'll see how exceptional some of the other names and particularly sort of like pack names and the names that American companies have given their sort of fast cars are. They do that well. They do that very well.
Yeah, they do. Some people saying that it looks pretty good for a common. Someone said it's going to be overpowered in common, which is interesting. We'll see how that goes, I suppose.
Its handling and stuff is maybe not as special as commons, but it's fast.
Yeah, it's pretty quick though, and it's got performance tyres. So.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, shall we move on?
Yeah.
Next car. Here we go.
Who's up next? Will?
Yeah.
All right. I can't tell. Okay, yeah, we're not just in suspense.
Ooh.
So
there we go.
Lincoln Town Car, Cartier L. So 24 RQ. The Lincoln Town Car is the archetypal limousine, and in Cartier trim it's at its most luxurious. Yeah, I mean, we all, when you see one of those town cars, you just think limousines, stretch limos,
Someone fancies in there.
Yeah, this is what I mean. You've made it. When you turn to the airport in America, someone picks you up in a town car. Obviously, a Cartier L would be the ultimate. Because you've really made it. But that is, I think they are so iconic. Whether or not you like them or not, I think that's that doesn't necessarily matter. But you cannot deny that they look.
Well, people are happy about this one. Somebody said, "I love Lincoln" in all caps. I saw that.
I think for in terms of actual handling, it's got quite a strong handling with standard tyres. So I think you'll have quite a wide, although low top speed perhaps brings it down a bit, but
maybe.
I think on
not great 0-60 either.
On tracks with a bit more sweeping.
Yeah, it's a shame you don't get extra passenger points in top drives really, because if you
Yeah.
could, this would be the car that would get you sort of how comfortable was your passenger in a ride. But no, it's the only thing that one's really missing to make it ultimate.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Let's keep this train rolling. Let's see what we got next. There we go. Are we back to Ben for this one?
I mean, yeah. Yeah. How cool is that?
No, it's great.
Mercury Comet Cyclone GT pace car, 25 RQ. It looks absolutely amazing. So it's not originally designed as a race car, but the Comet was designed to take on the track as a pace car. It kind of rhymes.
Yeah, not a race car, a pace car.
I think pace cars are quite criminally underrated. I think they're quite cool.
Oh yeah.
So, and it's definitely more powerful than your average 60s convertible. I think it's got a great 0-60 time. Lowish top speed, but I think for a 25 RQ uncommon, I think it's really cool.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
I had to when we were doing that, I didn't realise that actually although it obviously it was called a pace car and it is a pace car, they actually built a number of them, and it was used as a pace car where you could buy one and it came with the kind of the words down the side and everything, sort of like from the factory. So that's how customers' cars. I think they only built maybe 100 of them, but that's actually how they came as well. So not only would you have sort of like the pace car, but you have it would look and feel like a pace car that you'd seen at the time, but it actually said it down the side of the Cyclone GT down like that as well. So that was
probably quite unique and rare.
Oh yeah, again,
kind of like the original Hertz Mustang.
That sort of thing. Yeah,
perhaps not as, but they're rarer.
a much rarer, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and it also fantastic.
Nice. All right, let's go for another then.
It's going to come next.
There we go. Ford E-Transit. Here we go. So there's a myth that suggests that the Ford Transit van is one of the fastest cars on the road. Who wrote this?
If you've ever been on the road, you would almost guarantee, no matter where you are, there'll be a transit van a couple of millimetres from behind. It's a very it's a myth that.
Or it will overtake you at like 1,000,000 miles an hour full of plumbing gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man. But the electric-powered E-Transit has the performance to add a degree of credibility to that claim.
Yeah, I mean, I think we can safely say that most, white vans and transit vans are driven with an exceptional amount of gusto.
Yes, that is true.
Well, that as well, possibly, yeah. But yeah, no, I think obviously with it being electric, all that sort of a big amount of, immediate torque means that actually, for a van, a 0-60 time 6.4 is mightily impressive, really, isn't it? Okay, top speed's low, but you know what I mean. It's going to be that's good. That's impressive. Yeah.
I love this one's got a decal or something on the side that says 100% electric. Do they all come with that?
No. I didn't know it was only on there for the press cars, but I think you'd have like your whatever your I don't know, Caleb's Plumbing or something written down the side of it.
Can't tell people about my secret plumbing business. I'm meant to be a community coordinator.
Sorry, Caleb's Community Coordination
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Remote community coordination services. But yeah, pretty cool. Let's see what we got next. Love the carpool so far. Glad to hear it. Ooh.
So we've got the Mercury Capri ASC McLaren. So the mid-1980s was not a glorious time for the muscle car, but some gems with great names and great stripes were produced, like the Mercury Capri ASC McLaren. I mean, what a fantastic looking thing that is. I mean, I know that some of those cars that kind of went out of favour for a long time. Those kind of 80s muscle cars and mid-80s, the Fox Body Mustang and all that sort of business. Went out of favour. But God, they look fantastic now, and that looks incredible.
That's great.
I don't know how much McLaren had an involvement with it. I don't really know. I mean, I don't think it was probably great. I don't think it might have been, certainly not the McLaren that we think of as McLaren these days. But I think I can't remember what ASC stands for. Is it American Soft Top Company or something on those lines? I think.
Are we sure it was McLaren Automotive or it was a different McLaren?
Could have been a completely different McLaren. But again, McLaren Automotive doesn't, in the 80s didn't exist like it did now anyway. McLaren would have been only a race team because their only road car, obviously, with the first road car being the, I think it was maybe a 60s.
Perhaps they can tell us in the comments if they know.
If anyone knows.
Yeah, if anyone knows.
Which McLaren it was.
We're not sure.
Whether it's, but I think the orange bits on the stripes and stuff, I think that might suggest that it was actually McLaren Racing because of course the orange.
Is it gold or orange?
I think it's orange.
Really?
Maybe
it's just the lighting on that picture.
Gold wheels.
Gold wheels maybe, but orange stripe I think. I think that suggests maybe that it was the McLaren that we're thinking.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not McLaren Automotive, McLaren Racing.
It's
Bruce
definitely
McLaren.
in the mid-80s because it's got the headrests where they're kind of hollowed
nothing.
out.
Or
there's nothing there.
It's either nothing at all, there's a bit of mesh.
Yeah. And then
Gorgeous.
the fog lights that were added when they went, we need to add fog lights to it. We better bolt them onto the lower bumper. That's exactly what they did. They didn't even bother to sort of make them flush. So, and it looks like it has tinted headlights, which is a bit of an odd feature.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks terrific. I definitely own one of them.
I think it's cool, for sure. Right. Well, that's how many cars is that so far? I think it's 6. 6 cars so far.
Yep.
We're going to
So
pause and
we'll have a little pause, but maybe we'll come back and reveal some more in a little bit. We aren't done, but there is other stuff in this update other than just the cars too. Wait, the McLaren F1 was the first in 1992. Yeah, I'm trying to see if anybody knows. Oh, ASC is American Sunroof Corporation.
not soft top.
Yeah.
What was I saying? Sunroof. Yeah.
Nice. All right. Let's see what else we've got coming in this update then. So. Oh, that was the new car slides. Oh yeah, some updated car photos again.
Yeah.
So there are quite a few coming in this update, and when the update is out, along with our car corrections, we're going to publish little list that tells you every photo's been changed. I don't think you can see every new photo. You're gonna have to look in the game for that. But I picked out a couple anyway.
Yeah. So with these, there's three things that we've done.
Yeah.
We've corrected a bunch of photos where the players would tell us that a photo was incorrect, so we've managed to obtain the correct photo. Some others we've adjusted possibly the year, so that they're now, or we've made a minor change so that the photo we currently have matches. Other cars we've updated the existing photo to try and improve it so you get a better view. Or we've had another photo in-house that we could use, that we were licensed to use. So, which we thought was better, so we've used that instead.
Yeah, I think the ones I picked are all new photos.
Okay.
So I'm not sure, maybe some of them are year corrections, but we can have a look now. So we got this Lotus Esprit here. That I think is a good upgrade, I reckon.
I mean,
you can actually see the colour.
Yeah.
Can't you? Yeah, I mean,
and it's green.
Yeah,
which is a great colour for a Lotus.
Yeah, because to be honest, actually, that one, the red one, I mean, even as a bit of a car nerd myself, like that's not as easy identifiable as an Esprit, maybe. But yeah, absolutely, I think that's great.
Miles better.
Yeah,
I think as a photograph.
Yeah, that is definitely.
And like you say, you can see the car.
You can see the car. Which is
it's not
ultimately what you want from
in.
a car photo, is better to see the car.
Yeah, that is good. It's not blending in with the red of the rarity there as well.
No,
so.
That's what's disguising it as. It looks like it's got some weird like air dam on the front.
Yeah. All right, so there we go. Lotus Esprit there. What have we got next? It's a Mazda RX8. Also, a much nicer photo, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I think the old photo was definitely something from low compression of some sort.
Yeah, and again, we're covered half over by all the stats.
Yeah.
I think also when we're trying to choose photos, to be honest, and I think it's a case where the game is about cars, driving, and it's called top drives, and having, whenever we've got the option, always choosing a photo where the car is moving. It just feels that's to an extent what the game's about. So you always want to see it moving. If it's cornering, even better for me. Absolutely, but there's different tiers about what I'm looking for, and if we've got a static car that's sort of maybe at the bottom. If it's in a studio, it's not as it's not as good. We want it to be out in the real world, being driven as it should be. That's ultimately what I want to see. So
and that angle is the perfect angle. I think it gives you a great view of the car. And to be fair, the RX8 is actually a rather good looking car still.
Yeah, it certainly is. Yeah,
suicide doors and everything.
Yeah, this one's not getting cut off by the stats anymore as well, which is good. And we're making more of an effort to squeeze our images in so that you can see the cars there, and there's none of it gets cut off by the stats. So another nice one.
Did we just get an 8 out of 10 for that?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Come on.
Not bad.
100 times better than the previous photo, somebody says. So that's good.
That's more like it. That's what we like.
Looks like Caleb driving the Mazda. I'm not. I'm kind of far away, so I can't see, but I want to validate this claim. That guy is like a few pixels for me. I don't know. Maybe
Mazda
it is.
RX8?
I don't.
Telling us?
Unfortunately, no.
It's going to be your surprise to the world.
That's the biggest reveal of the update.
Yeah.
I bought a Mazda RX8.
How many do you appear in any of the photos?
I am in some of them.
I was going to say.
I will be in some of them.
Are you actually?
I think future cars, I'm definitely going to be into them.
Oh, cool.
I'm the only one that ever drove it in front of a camera from my old place.
Oh, nice.
I'm sure Will.
I'm in a few. I'm in quite. Yeah. And I always, if I'm selecting them, and I obviously choose the ones that I'm in.
Yeah, obviously.
Because obviously they're the most exciting ones.
That's the back of my head, so I'm definitely got that one in. So, yeah. I'm the same. I would obviously choose the photos of the car where I'm driving in. So.
I'm not in any of them, but someone did make an edit the other day of I can't remember what it was now. It was something.
It was of the Holden.
That was it. It was the Holden. Yeah.
And you were wearing a tux.
I was. Well, I was
holding a gun as well. I can't remember.
I don't think I was holding a gun.
007.
No. It just looked vaguely like that, and also it wasn't me originally in the photo. Somebody just put my face over a guy in a tux, but it was funny.
I believe it was actually, and we really should have included that in a stream.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. All right.
Okay, they seem happy with that one. 100 times better. We like that.
All right, and it's the Maserati Carif.
Yeah, I think that's about right. Obviously the old photo you can't really see much of the car. It's quite a good looking car from both front and rear, but obviously the front is the kind of angle that we prefer. I'm afraid it's not moving in this one, but.
Can't always, but again, particularly with the old photos of all the cars, we're very, very limited about what we can get hold of and things like that. does make it tricky.
I think moving photography, like car-to-car photography, is only kind of taken off really, sort of 80s, 90s.
Yeah, I mean, I think obviously, but in terms of absolutely,
So
it's much easier.
But I think now you can see the fun of it. I think it's a much better looking picture, as it is quite a good looking car.
Yeah,
we should.
It is. Yeah, that's great. And also, it's not being cut off by the stats anymore again.
Yeah,
so it looks good. Liam Proctor, I just saw you say that we're definitely not live. So hi, just to prove that we are live, and this isn't pre-recorded. Just felt like I would say
we weren't live then.
He said we weren't live. He said it's pre-recorded.
We're live.
Hi, Liam. All right. Cool. So that's the 3 examples of the updated car photos that we've got here. There are plenty more in there as well. Like I said, you'll get a full list of them when the update drops, and then you can have a look at them in game and see some lovely new car photos in there. So yeah, I think this is quite a good thing that we're doing consistently updates now, updating some of these older photos and just making these cars like the best they can be.
Yep.
It's great. So yeah, what have we got next on here? Is it time for more new cars? Is it? Oh no, it's collection series. We're adding support for 2 new collection series in this update: Racing Icons and Immortalized in Carbon. And we'll let you guys speculate about what you think these could pertain to.
I don't even know what they are, to be fair.
I think I've heard rumblings.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to confirm anything here now. We will get to those when we get to those. But
I don't know, but I mean, you can have a good old guess.
Yes.
Really what they might mean. What they might mean. Certainly, what Racing Icons might suggest.
Yeah. Racing Icons.
Don't tell us anything. We just have to do the cars.
Yeah. Immortalized in Carbon, I think, is a cool sounding name. Though.
That does sound cool.
Yeah,
It kind of sounds a bit Star Wars.
A little bit.
Right.
We've been told specifically it's not a reference to Han Solo.
Okay.
So, but that's exactly what I thought as well.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I think we've got another little update here, if I'm correct as well. Oh yeah, this is just a small little quality of life tweak, which I want to talk about briefly because it's in there. So, yeah, tap to see challenge pack details. Basically, when you're in the pack store looking at packs, you can tap them. You can see the sort of like the drop rates of like different rarities and stuff like that when you swipe across. Previously, when there's packs for sale in challenge screens, you haven't been able to do this. So you haven't been able to see like a specific breakdown of what you might get when you get that pack, which I think was a fair quality of life thing that people have raised quite a lot. And now you can. So that's good. You can take a look through there and hopefully get a better understanding of what to expect when you're grabbing packs from the challenge screen. So yeah, just a nice little quality of life thing. All right. Is it time? Oh no, it's bug fixes first. Everybody loves bug fixes. There are a couple of big ones in here though, so I did want to go through them. So we've got a name change or a name correction from the Pontiac Trans Am 3 to the Pontiac Trans Am 35th anniversary. Minimum races per prize tier feature, which we haven't used a whole lot since we ran that test a couple of weeks ago, because we noticed a couple of issues with it we wanted to figure out before we put it on a tri-series or something like that. But we had an issue there, which people might remember, where if a race ended in a draw, it wouldn't count towards the minimum amount of races. So that's now been fixed, I think. That's going into this update. Fix an issue where the game can rotate into portrait mode occasionally. Good to get rid of that. Fix an issue where challenge panels were slightly cropped. Some eagle-eyed people have spotted things like this, and we have responded. Fix an issue where the fusion menu does not appear if the player has unlocked a legendary duplicate that has fewer than 3 epics or legendaries. Again, a lot of small fixes here, but all things that are good. Fix an issue where blank space would appear beyond the finish line in certain tracks. Fix an issue where losing the first match of the first time user experience would cause the game to get stuck. I imagine a lot of people watching probably won't run into that one anytime soon, but still good to know it's done. Fix an issue where the holding pool UI would appear in the wrong place. Yeah, I remember that one. That's now gone. And fix an issue where event names on the prize board could overlap after you beat an event. So a lot of small fixes, but we're fixing stuff. It's good to know. Any RQ changes or rarity changes? Yes, there are some RQ changes actually.
Just a few.
Just a few. There's some quite interesting ones this time around, which I think we've already announced.
I've already announced them. Okay.
Well, we haven't announced the specific RQ changes, but we did mention that this time we are trialing.
Oh, of course. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I thought you meant RQ changes from corrections.
No,
Not,
no.
Right, yeah.
Yes, I haven't actually got a slide for this, but I do want to touch on it briefly. Because we announced this the other day.
Yeah.
That we are going to trial some cars going above 100 RQ,
Yes.
which is interesting.
Yeah.
Robin basically wrote us a big message explaining in his wisdom how he understands it better than I do how this decision came to and everything. But I think basically the long and short was in these sort of like upper like tiers of cars between sort of 90 and 100 RQ.
Yeah.
There's not a lot in it with the differences, and there's a lot of cars that perform really well as specialists that maybe aren't reflected as well in their RQ. So there's a couple of cars, and we're running a sort of different calculation, I think it is, to basically put a couple of these cars over 100 RQ. We're going to see how it goes, of course, and we will be looking at your feedback.
Yep.
Yeah, it should be pretty interesting. I will say as well that the maximum player RQ is not changing from 500. That's going to stay at 500. But yeah, we'll see how it goes, I suppose. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. And also the Tri-Series car that we're awarding this week will be one of the cars that's going to go above 100 RQ when the update comes out.
Ah.
So if you manage to get your hands on that this weekend, you will have a over 100 RQ car. Cool. All right. What are people saying here? Some people saying add Tesla, some people saying never add Tesla. Man.
I mean, they're going to have to make their minds up.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, as long as they're happy with, some of those excellent bug fixes.
Yes. Fiat Panda and Tesla.
Is that Fiat Panda greater than Tesla? Is that what that is? I mean, I'm not entirely sure that I can disagree with that. I love a Fiat Panda.
I don't know.
Panda's an endangered species, I think. So...
Yeah. All right, cool. I think
Somebody says they're waiting. What are they waiting for?
probably even more new cars, if
Right.
I had to.
Oh, they've
hazard a
been
guess.
waiting for a while, apparently.
Mm.
I'm just looking up the chat.
Waiting.
What are you waiting for?
Yeah, if you tell us what you're waiting for, maybe we can.
You have to tell us, or we
Yeah.
could just sit here and chat for many hours.
Lotus greater than Tesla as well.
Yeah, somebody said Lotus.
I mean,
Tesla.
Lotus is greater than Tesla, so we need to know whether or not they think that who's greater, Fiat Panda or Lotus is. That's generally that's the final. Clearly,
Yeah.
if out of those two it's Lotus and Panda and the Panda win,
How about a Fiat Panda Lotus engineered model?
that would be
Mm.
that would be high.
I
on
mean,
my
it'll
list
be-
I'd be a very desirable car for me.
It'd be green with yellow accents,
Nice.
Wow.
and it'll
Yeah.
go around a corner like.
Are we talking which
Not
generation Panda are we talking?
I think Panda 4x4.
I think I think if you're going to go sort of like pure Lotus, so we have to go lightweight, simple, first generation Panda with a flat windscreen, the canvassy seat things. It's pure back to
Yeah.
basics. That's
And,
the one that
pull back roof.
pull back. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's when Lotus need to.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's a lot of stuff
Okay.
coming through.
The chat has just landed. There's a lot of Tesla love in there. Did
There
someone say
is.
larder?
Lots
Yeah.
of
Larder,
larder.
please.
Okay,
People
They
want
said
it.
please, so that's being polite.
Let's
I think Lada would be a great addition. There's some
Mm.
great rally cars. I mean,
Yeah. And I think you could put in those sort of. We could get some modified ones.
oh yeah, there's been some. There's
Drift larders.
drift Ladas. I know there's a guy who runs a company called Retro Ford
Yeah.
who also has a Lada, but he puts mad Duratec and Zetec engines in Cortinas and Escorts, things like that. But he's also done the same with a Lada, and he's got that's exceptional. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. I think
Mm.
yeah.
It sounds insanely dangerous.
It does.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Don't try this at home.
Yeah.
Man. All right. I think I know what people want. And I think people
New
want
cars.
new cars
Cars
again.
again.
New cars again.
Yeah.
Right. Let's have a look at a couple more that are coming in this update then. Here we go. Wait. Bear with me. Here we go. Okay, so we're back where we left off. All right. Let's check out what's coming next then.
I feel like we should have a drum roll.
There we go.
Wow.
Ford Bronco Sport. You
Yeah.
want to take this one?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's a Bronco,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the Bronco Sport is the little brother of the regular Bronco. So, takes the tough and rugged looks of its bigger brother,
Mm-hmm.
and has it in a more road-friendly package.
Mm.
More kind of, I guess it's like, I can't really, I'm trying to think of an analogy for it, but I can't. So, I think it looks really cool. Obviously echoes the original Broncos in certain design cues. Pretty quick. I believe this has got 250 horsepower petrol engine. Strong handling as well. So it's a decent super rare, and it's four-wheel drive with all surface tyres, so it's multiple application.
Yeah.
So shall we say?
Very cool.
But I think, yeah, it's a really cool truck.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they look terrific, don't they? And you know, I say, I think in terms of actually sort of like how suitable it is for top drives and having that sort of, you know, it not being the full Bronco, it being actually a bit more sort of road biased, but also having all surface tyres and four-wheel drive, and it's going to be a very useful car in many respects. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Let's see what we got next. Dodge Ram SRT 10?
Yeah.
So, the Ram SRT 10 didn't just share part of its name with the Dodge Viper SRT 10, it also used the 500 horsepower 8.3 litre V10.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just just the whole idea of having, that car having, a 500 horsepower V10.
I had to like think about that as I was reading it. I was like, am I reading the right one?
Is there a mistake? Someone's made a mistake. This is insane. But in all the best possible ways. What a fantastic, bonkers thing. I love it.
In a pickup truck.
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I didn't know the world needed an 8.3 litre engine for anything, except for in a pickup truck. But I'm glad it did.
Oh yeah, I want one badly.
Yeah.
Nice.
Super cool.
All right, let's keep going. Ram is actually pretty cool. Glad you like it. There we go.
Yeah. So, Chrysler 300C SRT8 Touring. So the 300C Touring with its big 6.1 litre V8, although not as big as the V10 in the Ram, it's a very American take on a very European concept of a fast estate car. So yeah, you don't see many Tourings, and estates in America. It's not really a thing that happens very often. Wagons, I suppose, is what they call them. It's a pretty rare thing, but have a performance version as well. I mean, again, what a fantastically cool thing. I mean, that's just where Europeans and us are obsessed with RS, Audis, Avants, and M5 Tourings and M3 Tourings now, and all that sort of stuff. I mean, this fits that bill perfectly, and it looks terrific. It looks fantastic. A little bit Hearst shaped, possibly, but again, that only adds to the menacing element about it. I think. Yeah.
Have we got a hearse in the game yet?
No.
Yeah, but if there was, if I ever, I want that to be my hearse. Just I'm putting it out. I'm letting people know. If anyone's in control of my funeral, whenever that might happen, that's many years time. I think I want an SRT8 Touring converted to a hearse, please.
I think we need to get some hearses for the game.
Yeah, quite possibly.
I mean, as a concept, it's obviously a muscle car.
Yeah,
but one you can put the dogs in the back.
Yeah, that's true. We almost managed to talk about an estate without talking about dogs in the back.
Their faces will be pressed against the glass as you accelerate. But I think from a top driver's perspective, I think great handling. Sub 5 seconds, 60 as well.
Yeah,
so it's a strong performer. Big top speed as well. Bear in mind, a lot of these cars are kind of usually limited to sort of 155.
Lots of its similar competitors will all be, European-wise, will all be 155 limited, won't they?
And if you give this thing enough road, it will just get that to that, however small advantage, it's still a pretty decent advantage. So, really cool thing.
Nice. All right, let's keep going. Is it me now?
I don't know, is it me or is it you?
Well, either way, it's another Dodge. Shall I take it?
I think it was meant to be,
but
it doesn't.
You take it.
I'll take it.
You take it.
So, I mean, Dodge Charger Scat Pack Widebody.
So we go back to brilliant names.
Yeah. It's got a lot of names.
All of them great though.
They've just kept adding the names before the word Widebody, I think. But so 63 RQ. The wide stance on this Charger gives it a deeply menacing look. I think you'll agree. I mean,
it is.
Like, I think it will scare children.
That's a hooligan car.
Yeah, it's definitely a hooligan car. So, and even though it's not one of Dodge's supercharged Hellcat models, I think it's no slouch. I mean, 4.3 seconds to 60, and it's great handling as well. Like really kind of 84 handling. I think puts it on a par with some of its German rivals. But in terms of its RQ, I think it'll be faster to 60 miles an hour and that top speed. 175, I mean, it's not to be laughed at.
No.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think we'll probably see some of the cars later might validate what I'm about to say, but in terms of what this sort of generation of American cars, this generation of muscle cars just seem to be being produced by people who really sort of actually really get cars and are really excited about cars. You can't imagine anyone who was involved, whether it be the naming of it, whether it be them adding a wide body, whether it be how it was styled. Every single person involved in that car loves cars and has a passion for cars, and it's just a bit mad about cars like we all are, because it just it fits the bill in so many respects. And again, they're on a roll with this sort of stuff, Dodge, and and it's just fantastic to see.
I think their design team are all like 10 or 11 years old. And they design a car. You like cars. Design what you'd like to drive.
And then name it.
Then name it.
Yeah. But again, we'll go back to where we started with sort of muscle cars, and that kind of that same passion when things were being these names are all obviously Scat Pack and Charger were all sort of like old names from the 60s and 70s in that world, and I think that same enthusiasm, it doesn't seem like they're taking anything too seriously, and I think that's exactly what people who love cars want to see. And obviously they also, not only do they fit that criteria, they're also really fast. They're making cars that properly handle as well, and so they're great in mechanic, they're great in top drives, but they're also the things that we can get really excited about. I think, again, I don't want to get on a bit, maybe 10 years ago I think we all thought, we won't see the same sort of enthusiast cars in the future that we've got used to, but this has proved that wrong. I mean, that's just what isn't cool about it.
I want to import one of these to the UK.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, if anyone there is watching wants to send me one, so the attention of Ben Hodges to the Hutch office in London.
And I'll share it with Ben as well.
So just put two in the box, a big box, and send it to us.
Just a really big box.
Thank you to our North American viewers.
Yes. All right, let's see what we got next. Here we go. Ford Maverick Tremor. We're staying with the great names here. This is so cool. So this Maverick is not just a utilitarian pickup truck. Ford's Tremor package means it's perfectly suited to blasting across off-road trails. Definitely looks like it.
Yeah.
So we don't get this truck in the UK.
No.
Which makes me very sad.
Oh, there's a long list of trucks that we don't get, but
hundreds of trucks we don't get.
But this one I'm actually sad about. Yeah.
But this one is like, I believe it starts at around $20,000, but it's like $30,000 for the Tremor.
Yeah.
And it gives you a suspension lift. And a bit more of a fancy differential in the middle, so you can actually get over a lot of off-road stuff. I mean, well, Americans call it a small truck. I think it's quite a decent sized truck. I think it's really cool.
Yeah.
And again, when applied to top drives, off-road ability, four-wheel drive, strong 0 to 60 as well for a truck.
Because I mean, well, again, they have lots of power as well, don't they? Yeah. They've got these these trucks with, I think, the space to have.
It's got the same motor as the Bronco Sport.
Has it? Okay.
250 horsepower, 4-cylinder petrol engine, or 4-cylinder, straight 4, whatever they call it. But because it's based on a Cougar or an Escape, it's got strong handling.
Yeah.
It's basically a car.
Okay. Yeah, but with lifted suspension and and off-road tyres as well. So we've got
Again, if you'd like to send one to the Hutch office,
please do.
Submission is gratefully accepted.
All right, they want us to move on. People are itching for new cars.
Oh, we've got another one.
Here we go.
Who is it reading this one?
I think it's Will.
Yeah.
There we go.
So the Dodge Challenger SRT Superstar. So 74 RQ. The Challenger SRT Superstar is a drag racer disguised as a road car, except it's not very well disguised because it looks like the perfect car to chase the quarter-mile marker in. I mean, again, everything I said about the Charger Scat Pack Widebody is almost again the same for this. I mean, just it feels like it's been created by people that have got a real incredible passion for this sort of stuff, and look at it, look at the name, everything you want to know about it. It's just perfect in many respects. Yeah, I love it.
I mean, it kind of looks like it has nostrils on its eyes.
Yeah,
in its design, and I just have to think, how did they get away with designing it so flat in the front? Yet it cuts through the air so quickly.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether it cuts really out or whether it's just got so much. I mean, how much
Forces
is
its way.
it 800 and something horsepower, I
Yeah.
think, and yes, and the super grippy tyres.
So maybe the world starts spinning off its axis when this thing accelerates.
Yeah, I'm surprised that the sort of butterfly effect of every time someone ever does anything in an SRT Superstar is what happens to the rest of the world. What can be blamed on that? But
Again,
worth it,
I want
guys.
one.
Worth it. Yeah.
I want
Alright.
one.
Yeah, another one to send to the Hutch office.
Yeah, please.
All right, I
Big
think we got one more car to check out here today.
Final car.
Final car of the day.
Yeah.
What does everyone want? What's everyone hoping for the final car?
Yeah, let's find out what they want.
Yeah.
What they're dreaming of. Or maybe just hoping for.
I don't know.
Certainly please for
Great.
SRT.
Hoonigan cars.
I think we're going to get a pop of loaded messages
Yeah,
in a
yeah,
second.
yeah.
it's got to be a bit, yeah.
All right, let's not waste any more time. Let's get on to the final car. Here we go.
Who's reading this one?
I think you, Ben. Yeah.
Okay, I have the honour. So, the Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat. I mean, wow.
Such a great name again.
So, a few words can strike fear into your competition like Hellcat, even when it's attached to an SUV.
Mm.
And so, it's got 710 horsepower supercharged 4x4, making it formidable on any surface. So, and I mean, it's got a stripe.
Yeah. Makes
It
it
has
faster.
a stripe on it with an SRT badge, which suggests that it's going to be insane.
Mhm.
I mean, it does 180 miles an hour. I believe this is now, or will be, one of the fastest SUVs in the game.
Wow.
I think.
Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense.
I think
yeah.
that-
3.5 to 6.
Yeah.
It's got to be, isn't it?
I think Lamborghini Urus and Porsche Cayenne Carrera GT are just ahead of it because they got very slightly quicker than 60
Have that, okay, yeah.
I think maybe the Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio
Mm.
will be slightly ahead of it.
Yeah.
Again, we don't get these types of SUVs in the UK, so America, I'm very jealous.
Yes. Once again, that's been the theme of this update, really, isn't it? That we're just jealous.
Yeah.
But there you have it. That's just a couple of the new cars coming in the update. So, yeah, tell us what your favourite was out of those, I suppose. Then you might still have a favourite yet that we haven't shown off, of course.
Was there anything they were wishing that the last car would be?
I bet a lot of people were, to be fair.
I mean, yeah. Something, it was going to have to be something with Hellcat in the name.
Yeah.
That's really, yeah.
I think anything with Hellcat in the name is a pretty cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God, yeah.
Hold on. There we go. That's back again. Cool. All right. I think there's just one last thing to cover here. Yeah. What's next? So, full patch notes, car corrections, photo change list, and new car list will be available on the update launch day. So not today, but when the update comes out, which will be soon.
We never say that.
We always say soon.
It is soon.
It is soon. It is. But when that comes out, you'll be able to get your hands on the full
Yeah.
patch notes and everything. So look forward to that. And in the meantime, I think we've got probably 5 minutes here to take a couple of questions.
Yeah.
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 Q&A time. All right.
So someone said Demon 170,
Mhm.
which would have been great. I mean, but that's what. When was that launched? That was revealed only really weeks ago, wasn't it? So it would have been
Yeah.
a tight turnaround to get that in the game exactly. And I wonder how well a Demon would fare in the game, in some respects, because it is very much a kind of, it's much a one trick pony to an extent. I mean, it's not that bad, but it really is a drag car, isn't it? And I
It
think
was
that's-
built with quarter mile times in mind.
and only. I mean, and
shots.
even but I suppose even the Challenger that we've got in that is still pretty sort of quarter mile focused.
Yeah.
But the Demon really is really special. But again, the passion about that and why they created it, I think it's just fantastic.
Yeah. Where the 100+ RQ cars, you'll find out what they are when the update is out
Yeah.
and put out the RQ changes. Classic question down there. any chance for Toyota, Ferrari in the future will never happen. Realistically,
We're always working on it.
We're always working on it.
Yeah, and we'll obviously have a dedicated team of chop drives, people working on it in the background constantly.
Is that you
right
two?
now.
No,
Behind us, so
far more senior people than us.
they just wheel us out whenever there's a live stream. So.
Yeah, just keep you in a cupboard somewhere.
People are too busy, working on Toyota and Ferrari, obviously, so
Mhm.
they can't come to the live stream.
Yeah, it's a joke, by the way. There are no plans.
Yeah, there's no cupboard either.
Yeah. What else we got here? Ooh, that's a bunch coming through. Are there any twisty specialists in the update? Can you think of any off the top of my head?
Well, I suppose, are there any twisty specialists in America? That's
Straight roads.
No, I no.
I'm trying to say that American cars can't go in corners.
I would never say such a thing. I'm trying to think what we've got in there that would perhaps be more suited to that sort of stuff with sort of higher handling things. What Corvettes have we got in there? Is there anything?
No. So I think out of the cars that we already kind of previewed, twisty specialists. I mean the Durango, if you can get it to not smoke all four of its tyres, it actually wouldn't be too bad.
I think the for what it is and for what
Yeah.
and what it would be suited to.
Yeah.
It's got a pretty high handling for comparison to its competitors, or well, maybe not so
Yeah.
much the kind of KNs and stuff, but
And Bronco Sport and the Tremor,
yeah,
they'll both be quite good, I think, on twisters because they're quite light cars and quite small, so and quite quick. They're both four-wheel drive.
four-wheel drive, yeah, and again, obviously, anything loose
So-
surface is they're going to be better at, yeah.
Is Pacific Coast Highway part of World Expo Road Trip? I believe so. I think it's still under that, or is it not under that umbrella anymore? I feel like pass. All right. I've heard.
Only because I don't actually know the answer to that. But, yeah, I think
Mm-hmm.
we'll continue our travels.
Cool.
Someone else has mentioned Toyota at the bottom.
Any reruns for Tri-Series cars in the plans? We are aware that people want chances to get these prize cars again, so definitely not ruling it out. I think.
We'll, other people will keep looking at it.
Yes.
Yes, but keep feeding back
Mm-hmm.
when it comes to this sort of thing, and obviously we'll take it into account.
Cool. All right. I think we can safely wrap things up there then.
Yeah.
I reckon. But yeah, thank you everybody for coming to check out the new update. Thank you both for joining me and talking all about it. So yeah, like we said, release notes, patch notes, RQ changes will come out the day of the update. In the meantime, if you're not already in our Discord server, please do come and join that. Discord.gg/topdrives. I remembered it this time. So yeah, please come along there. That's where you're going to find out all the latest news as soon as it happens about the game. You can chat to us. You can have a good old time. So yeah, thanks for joining, and we'll see you on the next one, guys.
Cheers. Thanks very much.
Bye.